Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. I have Ripley on my desk right here. You can't quite see him. You might see an ear poke out over here, but I'm here today to film my year-long project pan update for June. Now, it hasn't been that long since you saw my last update, and that's because, man oh man, I am behind in filming. Bandit surgery and work and just everything going on has just been absolutely bananas in my life. So we're catching up. In time of posting, it's going to be very, very short, but in time of actually filming the updates, it's been the allotted amount of time, maybe like a week less time than normal, but for the most part, things were filmed on time and everything like that. This is my June update, or I believe my update 5 for my year-long project pan, and my year-long project is directly taken from 𝙍𝙬𝙬 and Rebecca Morgan's year-long, or their roulette pan collab, where they have a prompt list. You randomly select a number or like a prompt based on like a tiny decisions wheel that I have on my phone. And then you base a product that you can fit to that prompt. So we have a lot of items in this project. I have a lot of items that we rolled in what seems very light amount of time ago, but really was a month ago. So we're here to do the updates on all these products. And I'm super excited because I have a lot of progress that I made in these products. So let's just get into the update. So the first product that we rolled in, and this was rolled in March. I rolled this in this guy. This is my e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick. This was from the Mint Melt collection. All my packaging is like rubbed off now. But this was the shade, or is the shade Mint For You. It's like exactly the shade of the outer packaging. It's just a matte green. I made an amount of progress on it this month. Clearly I haven't finished it off yet, but I made some progress on it. This is where we were when we rolled it in. I definitely made the most amount of progress in the month of March, and then we've just been making slow and steady progress since. I reached for this one a total of 6 times the past month, so really not much. Definitely reached for this the most in the month of March again, but this is all that I have left of it. It really is such a small amount of product, and that is the shade swatched out. So as you can see, it's pretty darn accurate to the packaging. I haven't hauled it yet. It hasn't delivered yet, but I did do an Ulta Points purchase, and I picked up a palette that has a lot of these kinds of shades in them. So if I give myself like permission to just like use that palette to the most of my desire, maybe I can make some sizable progress on this. So I'm not going to spoil that haul, but any guesses, leave them in the comments below. What palette do you think I splurged on with my Ulta Points? It was a couple, if I'm being very honest. It was a couple palettes, but the next prompt that we had was something that didn't suit me, and I still think that this doesn't suit me. So it hasn't changed in the entirety of the project. I rolled this one also in March, and I either wanted to finish this or declutter it, and I finally made a decision on this. So this is the Ordinary Niacinamide Serum. I was at this red line. No, I lied. I was up here at this gold line. It's rubbed off. I didn't even see it. We made a ton of progress the first month, and then I realized this was the culprit that was breaking me out in places I don't normally break out, which I don't normally break out up here, and I was starting to get a lot of breakouts up there. So I really slowed my usage down the next month, which is where that green line is, and now I actually, again, inaccurately marked this. I'm slightly below where the black line is, but I'm just not enjoying this product. But just know, I am not a fan. I don't enjoy the niacinamide by The Ordinary. It's just not, it's not it. It's like too thick and sticky. It's weird. Polar opposite note, we had something that I was really excited, or something that I was looking forward to panning. I can't remember the exact prompt, but I know it was something that like you were looking forward to panning. And at the time, I was really focused in on this fragrance here. This is the Terry Mueller fragrance in Alien. I went back in videos and found that I brought this into my collection in 2020. So I marked that I brought it in September of 2020. Thought that was a little fun tidbit, but I ended up finishing this up. I didn't have that much. This was definitely a gimme product. I've just been feeling a little burnt out with some of the things in my projects. But I was down here when we rolled this item into the project, and there is truly a little bit of product, but I can't get it out. I've tried. This is also one of the refillable packaging like things. So I haven't decided if I want to like repurchase Alien. It's not my favorite scent, but it's not like unpleasant. I think I'm one of like the few people that enjoys this fragrance. It's very polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. I like it. It's definitely more powdery than I normally reach for, but it's not that bad. This guy isn't empty. I'm very excited about that, actually. Another product that was in here that I was super excited about is something that I bought because of YouTube. And I definitely bought this because of YouTube and all the hype that Hourglass got. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have even like looked at the brand, to be very honest. But I ended up grabbing a couple Hourglass products a couple years ago for like my own I like got a gift card to Ulta for my birthday, and I was like, she's gonna be mine. Great. I've been slowly working on this all year long to finish it up, and by golly, I did it. I finished her. This was the shade that we were working on this past go around for the prompt, something I bought because of YouTube. And I'm super, super excited that I ended up finishing this guy here. This was the shade Radiant Light. It was definitely too bronzy for me to wear like all over the face. So I ended up using it as just like a nice warmy, orangey toned bronzer. I really liked it as we were getting into the spring months. It was light enough where it didn't look like jarring, like, oh my gosh, girl, you're wearing an orange bronzer. It was light, but like it was just right for my skin tone for like acting as a bronzer. So it was really nice, and I'm so excited that I have an Hourglass face palette now just done. It's gone. It's empty. The next item I brought in was for something I was afraid to pan, and I was afraid to pan this because I'm notoriously bad at tracking and using my hair care products. But I will say I've been remembering to use this every time I wash my hair, which is about once a week, and judging on how many times I use this, that is a pretty darn accurate statement for once a week or every like 6 days, 5 to 6 days. I rolled in this Bumble and Bumble thickening spray. Now, I bought this and I didn't really think that much of it. I didn't really like it that much. I was like, I don't really get it. And using it more, I'm starting to get it. Like I'm starting to really like this. I definitely think that this is probably more well suited for someone that has a little bit less coarse and more fine and less hair in general than I have on my head. I have a lot of hair on my head, and it's very coarse. So I don't really need a product like this, but I like the fact that when I spray this in my hair, I really do feel like it feels like I'm going through a forest of like hair. So I really like that. I really like it. And it almost feels like I have a little bit more like hold and like texture in my hair after I use this, especially since I'm spraying it more close to the root of my hair. But yeah, anyway, long story short, I made a decent amount of progress in this. Then the last prompt I had was something that was for indie makeup, and for that, I ended up picking this guy here. This is the Adept Cosmetics Ninhydrin, I think is how you pronounce it, the Ninhydrin palette. And for this, I just wanted to do a no pan left behind on it. So for that, I just wanted to reach for every single shade in this palette one time and get one use on that. And I'm so happy to say that I ended up doing that. I used the last 2 shades that I needed to use today in this palette, and those were these 2 here, this is ACD 18 and this ACI 18. I ended up using both of those in this look today. I did ACI 18, the darker, this guy here, I did that on the outer portion, and then ACD 18, this guy here, is that like more gold section closer to the inner. And I really, really have been enjoying this palette. I definitely think this is more of a fall or autumn palette in my opinion, just because I have a lot more like jewel tones in this palette, like these really rich blues, the purple. This guy here is like a deep based multi-chrome. So is this guy. I mean, this guy too this is a stunning shade. It looks orange. It looks green to me. It's so pretty. This is just really, really autumnal to me. So a little bit of a shame on me for putting this into this project for spring, summer, but I'm really happy that I did reach for every single shade. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. I have my Tiny Decisions app already up. I have my decision for my Project Pan Roulette, which is what we're filming right now. And I'm just going to reset my wheel, and then I'm going to click this a couple times, and we're going to get whatever the heck this thing tells us. Oh my gosh, a product you used to use as a teen. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, oops, I've clicked it once, and I'm going to just keep clicking it a bunch of times. I didn't mean to click it when I did. The next prompt is a product with food or drink in the name. I have absolutely no clue. Okay, the third is going to be something you couldn't live without but have recently neglected. I have not a clue. All right, the last prompt we're going to have to roll is, I'm nervous. I'm super nervous about this. A product that claims to be good for your skin, hair, or nails. Okay, I'm going to really have to mull over my choices, and I will be back with my selections. We're going to start with the first prompt that we rolled in, and that was for something that I used to use as a teen, a product used as a teen. And for that, I figured, why not do a product that I used to love and cherish and first was introduced when I was a teenager. And this is like one of the only things that's still kicking in my collection that I still have from those teenage years. Not this hasn't been since I've been a teenager, but this is like the only product that I still have in my collection that I had once used as a teenager and then repurchased it. We are starting here at this black bottom line there. Again, really not that much product left in this, but this has been in my collection for years and years at this point, at least 6 years. The next prompt was for something with food or drink in the name, and I just didn't want to pan another gloss. Like, I'm panning a gloss right now. I'm flying through my Kopari lip glossies. I'm panning an actual lip gloss. So we went with eyeshadow. And I'm figuring I can use this project and this item to help me get use in another item that's in this project. So I am rolling this shade here. This is the Juvia's Place. I depotted my Juvia's Place palettes. This is from the Deuce palette. This is the shade Macaroons. And as you can see, we have no pan. We have a nice, I don't know if you can tell, we do have a dip in this. Like I do have a very small dip from using this in March. But I figure, hello, perfect pair here. The next prompt we rolled in was something that I can't live without, but I've recently neglected. And that took me a while too. Like that one took me a good minute to really think of, because I was like, what? I do a pretty good job of like rotating my collection and really using products that I'm enjoying and not hate panning anymore. So this one took me a little bit to like really think about what in the world could I be neglecting in my collection, because I feel like I'm not. I really love these kinds of shades, and I have, ever since I got rid of Subculture, I haven't been really gravitating towards these kinds of shades. And they are shades that look like Electric from Subculture. They're like an orangey terracotta base with like a gold green flip to them. I love them. But these are some of my favorite kinds of shades to wear. I want to hit pan in this. I don't know if that's doable. And just for the sake, should I give you a swatch of this beautiful macaroon shade since we swatched the other one? Oh, so pretty. Oh, my favorite kind of shade. Then the last prompt that we ended up rolling in was something that claims to be good for your hair / skin / nails. And for that, I'm going with this guy here. This is my beloved Supergroup products. This is the Supergoop Daily Dose Hydra Ceramide Boost Plus SPF. Formulated to replenish your skin barrier, highly moisturizing and restorative formula will soothe, soften, and support long-lasting hydration. I really have been enjoying this. I haven't used it a whole heck of a lot. I'd say maybe 5 to 10 uses. I've already gone in with this, and I like it. I enjoy it. It's definitely an oil, so it sometimes doesn't sit the best underneath foundation, but I think that this is something good for the summertime months when I just want something that's ultra hydrating on like sun dehydrated skin from being outside more often. So this is something that I can definitely get a ton of use on. I feel like I'm only going to be able to make very minor progress next month, so I think I'm going to be able to roll something in next update, but who knows what that's going to be. I truly have no idea. Maybe I'll just roll an extra prompt in because we only have 6 prompts in this project, so I'm not feeling super overwhelmed in like the quantity of products I'm panning. It's more of just like what's happening on the outside of my life that's causing me like not being able to be more present in here. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!